Hello.
Hi.
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 Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Catherine, and we are live right now on PPPF Beauty Zoom show on Facebook Live. Okay. I'm the founder for Bubba Mama. It's a parenting website, and also the principal brewer for Kombucha Mama, a website that teaches people how to make kombucha and also to sell the beverage as well. Okay, together my co-host Elaine Heng, we have Dolly Xia with us. She's our go-to for beauty, and she's the creative director for Makeup Entourage and Makeup Entourage Brights.
Right.
She has more than 25 years of experience in this industry, and she is actually a celebrity makeup artist because a few years ago she got nominated for the Golden Horse Award. So now I should hand over to Elaine. I'll let her introduce herself to all of you.
Thank you, Kat. Hi, a very good evening to everybody. My name is Elaine. I'm a lifestyle content creator on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @mseleineheng. I also blog on this website, www.mseleineheng.com. I'm also founder of Elaine Heng Image Consultancy and X Beauty Queen. Yes.
Okay. So, all of us keep hearing about clean beauty. Everyone is rattling off, clean beauty. So today we have Hann Chia, the founder of Fawn Labs. Okay, it's actually a founder, but we like to call it founder. So I'll hand over to Han so that she can tell us more about what's clean beauty.
Thank you, Kat, for the delightful introduction there. So thanks for having me on the show. I've been watching you guys doing all your pajama party for the last few weeks, and it's been very exciting for you guys and for us as well. Great lineup of all your guests as well as all the topics that you selected. I am waiting to collect my wine. So yes, that's the most important, right? So without further ado, right, I shall perhaps give an introduction of what we do at Fawn Labs, and then a little about clean beauty. That's the reason why I'm on this show anyway, right? So, yes. Now, Fawn Labs was started out because I had a personal health scare, and upon my recovery, we had a journey to get to where we actually started out the company, but I shall not talk about it on this show. So we started Fawn Labs in July last year, and it was supposed to be, it's actually a subsidiary of Fawn & Co. Fawn & Co.'s interest is actually not in Singapore. It was mainly set up in Singapore for the purpose of research and development for clean beauty products. Later on, we had a lot of opportunities that came our way for training projects. And then we were doing quite a bit of workshops and stuff like that. And then we started getting a lot of inquiries for us to continue with the education, what we are doing in the education field for clean beauty. And sometime in December, we actually moved out of our original space and we moved to Trust Street. So I will have to request for Kat to move the slide forward to the next slide. So this is where we moved into. This is our beautiful lifestyle. We call it a lifestyle lab because we try to create an ambiance whereby people feel that it is very, comfortable for them to come and have a workshop with us. So here you're thinking, what do you mean by workshop, right? This is where I have to request for Kat to help me move the slide forward again. So our workshop is usually conducted in a very, very small group. We start with a theory segment where we actually teach our participants what is clean beauty in simplified manner. And then we move on to teaching them about the basics to do with formulating their own clean beauty products. What are the do's and don'ts? What are the important steps to look at? And then finally, we'll end with a practicum in which the participants will all learn how to make two products. These two products are actually, so basically they'll make the same product, but these products are actually customized, or what we call bespoke, with specific ingredients for everyone's skin. So you end up going home with the same product with different ingredients in them, okay? In order to take a look at what I mean, maybe I will request for Kat to help me move the slide again, one more slide. Thank you. So these are what we use in our workshops. On the left, right, you will see some equipment. It consists of a precision scale. This scale is not just a weighing scale that people use to bake at home. We call it a precision scale, and it's mainly meant for formulating also, because it goes down to 2 decimal points. And we are that precise because whatever the participants bring home, we want to ensure that these are actually as good as the store-bought products that you buy from clean beauty brands. But it's even better because it will be bespoke to your skincare. And on the right would be the some of the packaging and bottles and jars that we are using here. So following your journey with us at a Clean Beauty workshop, our participants can then sign up for Open Labs session with us. What's Open Labs, right? So Open Labs is when they come back and they request to make whatever skincare they want, right? And I will actually formulate it bespoke for their skin again. So we have, I think our first launch, we have about 7 or 8 products, and we do intend to add on to these as time goes by. So I hope I have given a good introduction of what we do at Fawn Labs. Do you ladies have any questions for me?
So far?
Yeah.
Dolly, you have, right? Later we ask you.
Dolly. Okay, then
But we will do it later. They do a non-introduction, then after that, we see you later.
Yeah, so I think now we can you know, remove the slides already. I finished showing everyone. Thank you. So I will move on to talk about generally what is clean beauty. When we talk about clean beauty, right, a lot of people have rather some misconceptions in their mind because the industry itself, the beauty industry itself, as we know, right, today, right, it's not really regulated properly. So every country has their own regulatory requirements. Not only that, because of these lack of you know, a singular regulatory requirement around the world, different brands have different interpretation of what certain words means on a packaging, for example. So when we talk about clean beauty, it is very closely related to 2 other kinds of labeling that you will find now, or rather angles that natural skincare brands try to, you know, project themselves as. So you will see something like natural beauty, clean beauty. You know, these 2, what is the difference between them is that clean beauty, essentially, a lot of people think that it means that there's no synthetics or chemicals in them, or they even think that it's chemical free. This is a misconception that at every workshop I teach in, right, I try to explain that it's not possible for anything at all in this world to be chemical free. Why? Because even the water we drink, right, is H2O. So it's quite silly to say that, you know, so if you see a brand, beauty brands sell themselves as chemical free, right? That's when you should really, it's a warning sign that probably the people who are formulating or coming out with the branding, right, it's not really certain of the word itself, chemical free. Okay, like a banana, for example, it's also full of chemical components, so you can't say something is chemical free. Okay, so the difference between clean beauty and natural beauty is that natural beauty brands intend, or their intention is to incorporate only ingredients that's naturally derived. They try to, you know, avoid anything that is synthetic. And for clean beauty brands, the difference is that they do sometimes adhere to they do use some synthetics, but they will do it in the form of like, in terms of the level that they use certain ingredients, they will be very careful to make sure that the percentage itself does not cause any toxic reaction in your body or to your health or to your skin. Okay, so that's the main difference between clean beauty and natural beauty, right? So at Fawn Labs itself, currently, whatever ingredients we use are all, so far we're still using 100% natural and botanicals. We try to use them organic whenever possible as well. We have not started using synthetics, but personally, I don't think that like synthetics are not 100% bad, okay? Even natural ingredients, like you heard of water toxicity, right? When you drink too much water, you actually can get health issues with that. So even something as simple as water, if you don't use it in the right quantity, it's actually harmful for your health. So there are actually 4, probably in Fawn Labs itself, we believe in these 4 things that makes up the our ideal of a clean beauty brand, Okay, we want to use good, efficacious ingredients, and we want to formulate with ingredients in the right amounts. We want to use ingredients that does not cause harm to the skin nor to the environment. So it must be eco-friendly as well. Anything that is not, easily, if it hurts what do you call that? If it goes to the ocean, it doesn't biodegrade. We prefer not to use them. Okay. And then the last one is that we try to use as much as possible natural and organic ingredients. So I hope that explains in a nutshell what's the difference between clean beauty and natural beauty and what clean beauty should stand for.
Okay. So let's see if there's any questions from our Facebook. Do we have any questions? Okay, but I have one question. What is the most dangerous chemical, the most dangerous ingredient in any beauty product?
If you have been catching our own, we are running a series of shows now. So it's been 2 weeks. Our last show is tomorrow. We call it Dirty Nights. So if you have been watching the last 2 episodes, right, I get very upset, right, when one category or ingredient appears in an ingredient list. So when anything called parfum or fragrance comes up. I'm very upset about this is because in terms of the toxin level and it's a carcinogen for one. Okay, carcinogen meaning to say that there has been evidence to show that excessive usage of artificial fragrances or parfum, right, may cause cancer. Okay, so toxic in the sense that it causes a lot of discomfort for some people who cannot take artificial fragrances. Okay, it causes a lot of issues to do with allergy, and it irritates people's skin and their senses as well. Okay, so I absolutely do not like parfum or fragrance in any products. And you must remember when we talk about parfum and fragrance, right, you don't even need them in any products for the product to work. Okay, remove the parfum and fragrance, it works the same. The worst part is, right, some ingredients are not really good for your health, so you use, some formulators tend to use them because they serve a certain function. And some of these ingredients includes things like preservative. I believe that no preservative is worse than a bad preservative if you use a bad preservative in very low amounts, even parabens, right? If you use it in very, very low amounts, it's better than not having a preservative in there. Okay, so when it comes to artificial fragrances and parfum, right, it doesn't serve any purpose except to give a scent. But there are a lot of methods in which you can create a very nice smell for your products. And a lot of them come in the form of natural botanicals that serves 2 purposes. So it makes your product smells nice. It also has additional skincare benefits as well. All right, so this is my absolute no-no, parfum and artificial fragrances.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can I see a second one? It's important to Fawn Labs, you see. So we try to educate that as much as possible. We don't like silicones. No, silicones, right? Mainly what it does is, I'm sure you all have tried on, especially things that the base of your skincare, basically things like a moisturizer or you call it foundation and stuff like that, right? There's some products that slides on very, very smoothly. So when you apply, right, you find that it comes, especially for Dolly. I think Dolly will identify this is in a lot of makeup. Okay, so it glides on very well. It makes your skin so smooth. Your wrinkles literally disappears. The color smoothens out. And then you have this, like some people call it like glow or dew or something like that, right? These are likely all silicone unless they replace it with natural ingredients. And it is possible to find natural ingredients to create the same effect, okay? But at the end of the day, I think good skin glows naturally. I don't really like the idea of using like excessive makeup to cover up issues to do with your skin. Address where the issue is with good skincare products, right? Then you don't need to use makeup that creates that effect, you see. So we don't like silicones. Also, we stand very firmly by that. It's because silicone is one of the most, non-biodegradable ingredients you can find. So what I'm saying is that if you put it on and then you wash it off, right, it goes somewhere and it doesn't disappear. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but someone in the ocean, something in the ocean is paying for it, you see. So that's the reason why we don't like silicones as well. if you want to look out for the ingredient names, right, some of the terms of silicones that you can find in products sold outside, right, they usually end with things like dimethicone, PEG, anything, siloxanes. Okay, these are signs that they may be, and very high chance is a silicone. Okay? I can't hear Dolly.
Oh, Dolly. Dolly's mute. Dolly, we can't hear you. I did mute her. Wait, she's still on mute. Dolly, can you hear us? You're still on mute.
She's not on mute from my screen. Yeah.
I think, wait.
Because a earphone?
Maybe it's her earphone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I can take some more questions from Elaine or Catherine first. Yeah, while Dolly sets up her.
Elaine, do you have anything?
What are some of the ingredients that you feel it should be in a beauty product? It must be in a beauty product. Is there a must?
Okay, there's no specific ingredient or specific types of ingredient, but if you ask me, right, what a lot of people are missing out from their skincare regimen, right, is some form of oil in their skincare range. A lot of people in Singapore, because of the humid weather, right, they prefer to use only water-based products, and they think that that's the reason why they won't get clogged pores, they won't get, like breakouts. It's actually on the contrary, you need to incorporate like something, with oil as a base ingredient in order to get rid of some of the sebum that's trapped in your pores. But this, maybe I'll explain a bit later. So, but it's a very good question, Elaine.
Can you hear me already?
Yes, welcome.
Oh, I'm
Dolly.
back. Okay, come.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one way of feeling silicone on our skin, should I say, it gives you a very smooth finish. But once you top something on, or once you rub a bit harder when it's got in contact with heat, it gives you a kind of in Hokkien we call it a gao gui kind of feeling. A kind of
Sticky, is it?
No,
Is it
it's like how do you say gao gui? It's like when you rub something, when you rub a bit harder.
Some dirt. Is it like you have some? Yeah. That's a problem. Yeah.
So that is a sign of silicone. Should I say? Can we say this?
Yes.
Okay.
But you know what silicone does, right? What it does is, okay, silicone in nanny products, right? Even in hair care, right? There's a lot of silicones in there, okay? So you have to look out for that. What it does is it gives a very occlusive layer on your skin. Occlusive meaning to say there's literally a layer of plastic, because silicone is a form of plastic, right? So it gives a layer of plastic on your skin. That's why you look so smooth. It's nothing to do with the fact that your skin is actually good condition and smooth. It's just the fact that if you paint a layer of plastic on your face, right, or you paint a layer of plastic on your hair, right, it definitely looks shiny and smooth. That's all. So that's the reason why a lot of people like to show. Nowadays you see a lot of those beauty bloggers, right, they take a sharp knife of some sort and they scrape, right. You can see that layer even on hair. I've seen this video that they actually scrape the hair, and you can see the white and the gray stuff coming out of the skin and the hair. And that is what I think Dolly is talking about. That is silicone buildup.
Okay.
And in longer term, right, it clogs your pores and all these things. So you can imagine the whole host of problems it causes to your natural skin itself. Yeah.
Is a silicone silicone-based products
Yes.
harder to sort of wash and remove from the skin?
Absolutely. Yes. So that's the reason why if you are using, we're not here to tell people you're doing something wrong or you're doing something right. There's no wrong or right, because a beauty regimen is a personal choice. I always believe in that. Like your health is your personal choice as well, right? So we're not here to tell you wrong, right? We're not here to tell you fear monger and say, if she doesn't like parfum, I use it, I will get cancer. No, nothing like that. Okay. What we're trying to say that is if there are ways to manage, this entire skincare regimen that you have for yourself. If you use silicone, then make sure you have a very good cleansing, what's that steps that you take, right, to ensure every bit of silicone is washed off at the end of the day, right? So at least when you sleep that 7-8 hours, right? I say 7-8 hours, but I have a lot less sleep than that nowadays. 7-8 hours, your skin can breathe, your pores are free. And then the next day you want to put on your, stuff like that, right? Then it's half a day of clogging up and then another half of day of resting. So that's what we're trying to say here. So pertaining to Elaine's question, very good question again. What you must do is to ensure that you have a very, very good cleansing, routine. Okay, and to do a good cleansing routine, again, it brings it back to oil-based and water-based products to clean your skin. Water-based alone, I believe, is not enough to remove all that gunk on your face and your pores. Any other questions?
Okay, if we were to use like silicone-based product,
yes,
accidentally maybe, if we need to rush out of the house and quickly finish up the day, and then come home, what is a clean product that we can reach out immediately in the house? I mean, usually in the kitchen, to like help us remove it in a better, natural way.
Okay, I believe, right, whether with silicone-based products or not, everyone should really do double cleansing. Even if they don't do double cleansing, right, they have to do oil cleansing once in a while, okay? So if you don't need anything too fancy, if you have things like coconut oil or even things like almond oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil at home, right? I'm talking about literally from your kitchen, right? Just take a few drops of it. Make sure you put it all over your face and then use your fingers, right, to gently massage it. And then a lot of people also, another problem is that they don't spend enough time cleaning their face. You spend so much time putting on makeup, spend some time to take it off. It's the same, right? Don't stinge on your taking off your makeup and removing your, makeup from your skin. So rub it in circular motions, okay? Make sure that it goes, especially the part where there's a lot of pores and open pores especially, okay? So rub it well, and then take a tissue, or I would prefer, reusable pads that you can clean and wash and reuse again, right? And then wipe off the oil, and then follow up with a water-based cleanser. Okay, so that will actually help to remove all that gunk. Doesn't mean only silicone. There's a lot of things stuck on our skin at the end of the day, dirt as well. Yeah, so that will ensure that your skin is very clean. And only when it's clean, right, you start putting on your $300, creams, your $200 serum, right? Then it will go into your skin, right? If your silicone is there, no matter what you put, you're not going to get any benefits at all. And I don't believe that only very expensive products work. I think the most important thing in your skincare regimen, right, believe me or not, right, is the cleaning part, not everything else you put on. Because if you clean your skin well, it breathes well, it's able to regenerate, right? Naturally, it will also fare well, okay?
So for all the oils that you have mentioned, how is it like with oilier skin? Because, people with oilier skin, when you tell them to use a certain kind of oil, they'll freak out. So how... Okay,
so whoever tell you next time that they cannot use oil because their skin is oily, right? You have to refer them to me. Okay, send them now to Fawn. I'm serious, ask them to turn up. Once we get out of this circuit breaker, right? Visit this place, right? Okay, you see all that behind? Okay, a lot of these are all oils, right? And I tell you, it's amazing. I challenge people before. I went out for some workshop outside of Fawn, and I actually purposely brought with me, right, what we call dry oils. So oils have all kinds of oils. There's some oils called dry oils. It makes your skin dry when you put it on. And when you drop it, right, like you drop one drop, right, and I always give them the 3-second challenge. And they'll go like, oh, after that, I drop one drop, ask them to count to 3 seconds, right? When 3 seconds, I think it takes them about 1 second or less than 2 seconds for sure, right? When they do this, right, there's no oily feeling at all. Okay, so but one thing I must say, unfortunately, most of these dry oils are actually the more expensive oils and also a little bit more exotic. So my personal favorite, like I just started trying it out in the lab, right? It's actually blueberry seed oil. It's got this very light green tinge. Oh my God, it's amazing. It smells like blueberry. So it's so nice to use to clean your face, and it's completely dry. After I massage it in, right, I wipe it off, right. I sometimes, if I don't usually use a lot of makeup. So especially this time, for circuit breaker when I'm home, right, I still do my oil cleansing every day. It's whether I do it in the morning or at night. Okay. Sometimes because I got no makeup on and I know I have not put on any sunblock or things that's like a layer on my skin, right? I just use that oil cleanser to rub into my skin and I wipe it off, and that's all. I don't even use water-based product or anything with foam. I don't even use water after that. You know, and I usually do this in the morning because I feel that it in the morning your pores are actually open, so it's more receptive to taking in the benefits of the skin, of the oil itself. Okay, oil cleansers can come in a lot of forms. It's not just oil itself. It can be in a form of a gel. We have a formula in the lab, right? We call it gel to milk. So it's actually an oil-based formulation. When you take it up, right, it's like gel. Then you drip a bit of water on it and you rub. It turns into a milk. Okay, so in this action, right, you're actually causing an emulsifying effect. So if it's on your skin and you're rubbing it, right, it's actually pulling the oil out and clearing out your pores for you, turning the, making the oil and the water part, right, merceable, mixing them together. So that's how you actually clean out all the gunk deep in your pores. Okay, that's one of my favorite oil cleansers now. Another oil cleanser that I have at home that we actually make at Open Labs. So it's a biphase cleanser. I think Dolly, you should know what a biphase cleanser is, right? You should have seen it before because in your line of work, it's a layer of water and then a layer of, that's oil. A biphase cleanser, yes.
Okay.
So the water itself usually is a hydrosol. So it comes with wonderful benefits for your skin, right? And then it has another oil part on top. So it can be different oils mixed together there and different hydrosols. So you have to shake it, and then people use that to remove their eye makeup, right? Yeah. So when I use dry oils for the oil part, I use it as an oil cleanser also. Not only just remove stubborn makeup. I use that. So I shake it, then I spray like 3 spritz, right? And I do the same cleansing action, and then I wipe it off. That one, I really don't need any more water-based cleanser because it has some hydrosol, and the hydrosol itself will remove the oil on its way off my skin. You see? Yeah, so these are some of the ways that you can incorporate oil cleansing into your regime. Okay?
Okay, I think after the circuit breaker ends, I'm going
Make for you, is it? Make for you, right?
Make one for me. I've got a lot of pores all the time. I think from this circuit breaker, I've got so many clogged pores.
Yes.
Even though I don't use anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
The problem is a lot of people when they have clogged pores, or they have worse, like breakout. Breakout is actually inflammation in your pores by the trapped sebum, right? Then it causes an antibacterial actions in there, and then you have inflammation of some sort, and that's a breakout, right? So a lot of people try to use even more water-based cleansers to wash their skin, and then they start to imagine that it's oily, that's why I'm breaking out. So they start washing their face 2-3 times, maybe some even more than that, right? A day, right? Just to get rid of the oil, right? What you're doing is you're telling your skin, once you wash with a very foamy cleanser, it removes your natural oil on your skin. All of us have natural oils on our skin, okay? So it removes that. Then your skin starts thinking, hey, I got very dry skin, I don't have enough oil. It starts producing skin. So your clogged pores is because of all your silicone all clogged there, kicked there, and you haven't removed it, right? So the oil is trying to produce more, trying to come out. And then there you are washing off more on the surface. And your skin is again thinking, your sebum, your inner layers, your dermal layers are thinking, I don't have enough oil, I better produce more. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have a bottleneck, right? You're just going to have more clogged pores, and the breakout will just get worse and worse. What you need to do is really incorporate an oil cleanser and treat it where your clogged pores are, right? Remove that, and then slowly let your skin breathe and heal. That's all.
So what is the easiest ingredients we can use for exfoliation?
Exfoliation, okay. Exfoliation, be very careful to look out for micro beads that are made with plastic, because again, this is Fawn Lab's own ideals. We don't want to hurt, the environment. Okay, natural exfoliants, right? In the market, you can see things like jojoba beads. Okay, anything to do with like they have coffee, sometimes sugar, dried petals, flowers, things like that are good exfoliant as well. I'll share with you all one tip that we shared 2 weeks ago on our own show. And we had participants use them already, and they feedback that it's actually feels like it's a good exfoliant. Okay, so if for those of you who are eating more at home and you eat avocado, right? You will eat all parts of it except for the skin and the pit. So how many avocado pits can we try to grow a plant from? There's just this many, right? So the rest of it don't throw. Put it in the sun and let it dry for a good, maybe I would say 5 to 7 days. If you have an oven, right, chuck it in and just dry it up quickly. Throw it into a food processor, grind it into a powder like, you will see orange powdery stuff. Use that, right, when you are washing your face with your normal cleanser. Take a spoonful of it and mix into your cleanser, rub it in, and then start washing your face with that. It will actually help you to clear up some of the pores. It will also help you to get rid of some of the dead skin on your face as well. So that's something that you can do from home this period.
So Han, you mentioned the tip and the skin.
No, not the skin, just the pit.
No, just pit. Okay.
Just a pit, okay? If you see, once you grind it, right, you see an orange color, right? Don't get shocked. That's normal. That's the color you're supposed to get, bright orange.
Okay, Han.
Yes.
So there are some people asking questions on the Facebook, okay? So, so they're asking, is it true that people with oily skin shouldn't use oil cleansers? And also, how long do you need to massage to remove the silicone, which I think you addressed it earlier? And one of the lady who asked a very interesting question, Jenny. I wore mask for 4 to 5 days to do volunteer work. End up a lot of rashes and breakouts on the chin and mouth area. Any easiest way to improve the current situation? Yeah.
Okay, for breakouts, right, try to use things like natural from home, whatever ingredients you have, right? Honey is antibacterial. So, okay, one thing is when you're preparing your own DIY products from home, right? And if it includes anything that has water in it, do not make a big portion and then keep for days or worse, months, right? And use it slowly. Always make enough for one use and then discard after that, because water itself breeds a lot of bacteria. You see, overnight, 24 hours, that's it. You don't have a preservative. And if you don't have a lab kit at home to test out, you cannot see with your naked eye. So don't think or imagine that it's okay. Okay. So honey, right, if she can, take it neat and apply on the dots, right? Let it be there for as long as she wants. It can be mixed into her skincare, like her facial cleanser to wash off or so. If she can, right, mix it with the avocado pit that I was talking about, or later the other ingredient that we're using, okay, for the tip that we're giving here, right, you can mix it with that powder as well. Okay, that ingredient later, the one that we are actually talking about and trying out on this show, that is very good for inflammation. So Jenny is asking, right, you were telling me? So Jenny, yes, stay tuned, don't leave this show, because that ingredient is very good to calm down inflamed skin. She's not going to leave, she's going to stay here already.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, thanks, Han and Kat. Yeah. Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I think someone called Joey is asking how long to oven it. What does oven means? That's not very clear. Joey, can you just type your question again, because I'm not sure what you're asking.
Can I have some wine while I wait?
Okay. Oh, she asked about the avocado seed. Yes. And
what
then,
about the avocado?
How long to oven it?
How long to put in the oven?
I think what she means is how long to put it in the oven until, okay, just go on high heat, right? I think for about 5-10 minutes, right? I think it should be sufficient. But do 5-10 minutes if your seed is already out for a few days and you just want to make sure that it's completely dry. If not, right, just leave it for at least like, I think 20 minutes, 30 minutes is fine.
Oh, okay. So the put in oven is just to make sure
Idea is to have very little moisture, and I tell you why. Because when it has very little moisture, when you grind it up, right, it becomes very powdery. If it's with a bit of moisture in there, you grind it, it's a little bit more like you have a bit of stickiness to it, right? Yeah. So that's all. It doesn't mean it's better or it's worse. It's just that when it's more powdery, right, you will be able to mix it better. If not, it cakes very easily. Okay. So don't worry. Yeah. Just go by trial and error. You're not going to kill your skin.
Okay, this is the last question we're taking. So for the DIY beauty mixes with water, if you add witch hazel or vodka, Han's favorite, will that bacteria in water? That's from a Bariza.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, I have to be very firm about this. Okay, back in February when this COVID first started, right? There were a lot of people out of the goodwill of their hearts, right? They were advising people to make things from home. And one of the biggest problem is there were a lot of people sharing, they call it recipes online, right? Asking people to make hand sanitizers. I'm sure you all would have seen it if you're on Facebook or Instagram. And they usually come with a host of ingredients. I will name some. If I've forgotten any, then it's not deliberate, okay? They'll have witch hazel in there. They talk about vitamin E. They talk about jojoba oil. They talk about rosemary essential oil. They talk about some blends, you know. These are all not comprehensive, okay? The preservatives that we're using in makeup and skincare, they are broad spectrum. So they cover the widest range possible of contaminants breathing in your skincare. Now, on the wake of this COVID situation, right, I highly urge everyone, right, not to do DIY at home unless you are ready and you have purchased the correct preservatives, right, to incorporate into your skincare products. Because you know a lot of things. Now we are afraid of water, right? It carries a lot of things that you're not aware of, okay? Yes. So when we wrote that article, right, it was, you know, out of fear that people will, you know, not understand these dangers as well. So going forward, witch hazel is not enough to solubilize. If you think that it's an essential oil, that is a preservative, right? It's not. Preservative oils they may have antibacterial or antiviral properties to it, but they're not broad spectrum. Meaning to say they may, you know, be anti a certain bacteria or anti a certain virus, but it's not covering the wider spectrum of all bacteria or viruses that or mold or fungus that you can find in your products. Okay, so if you want to make it for one use, it's fine. Go ahead and do that. But all your witch hazel, vitamin E, vodka, so these they're not preservatives. Okay, I hope I've been very firm because I want to be very firm about this DIY, you know, people making from home, okay?
So the trick is actually to make small amounts for yourself or for your
24
husband,
hours.
Anybody at home.
Spray on your son, your boyfriends, your... Like what Kat is doing, right?
Yeah, he's waiting to to do the mask with me. Yeah. The boy is waiting, so he can also put on his face. I want to so the model later. Okay.
Yeah. So are we moving on now? Hi, Evan. Are we moving on to the demo already?
Yes.
Shall we?
Okay. Yeah.
So we came today, right? So Kat and I actually discussed a bit about which tip we want to give to you guys for trying out at home. She tried this out last week on my show, and if some of you have watched our show last week and joining us again this week, right? Do continue to watch. Now you're seeing 3 lovely ladies using it, not just one, right? Okay, so the ingredients that we're talking about is very simple. If you have oats at home, yes, earlier, right? We talk about the magic ingredient for inflammation, right? It's actually oats. So oats itself we use in our lab. We use oats extract, right? Not in this form. It's extracted already, okay? And it's very good for things like eczema, very good for things like breakout, okay? Anything that's inflammation, all right? So what Kat has done is she has actually grind it into a flour for all of us, okay? If you don't have a food processor at home, it's okay to use the oat flakes as they are. Okay, it's just going to be thicker than if you grind it first. All right. And then I personally like to pair it with kombucha. Okay, that Kat has prepared for me also, because you all know that Kat actually has, she's selling starter kits for making kombucha. So kombucha is very good for your gut health. I personally have been on kombucha for years and I see the difference in my health, okay? It's also very good for skin because it's fermented. Anything with fermentation has extra benefits for the skin, okay? So we're gonna try this method. So Kat, you want to tell everyone how much of the flour should we, okay.
I think usually it use about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the oats flour. And then also depends how much of the texture also. Some are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get already a container like a bowl or what. Elaine, can you hold up your, yes. I thought I saw a plastic one also just now. Yeah, wooden. Okay, we have all sorts. I have porcelain, we have plastics, and we have, that's wood, right? Ceramic, right? Okay, good. We are all encompassing here, okay? So anything that can hold a small amount of this mask, right? Clean, okay? Yeah. So you put in
2 tablespoons. Okay. So
Can I do it?
okay, let you
Mama
do it. Okay, you show everyone. Okay, you show everyone how you do it.
Okay, for those of you with drier skin, use less oats. For those of you with oilier skin, use more oats.
I need to use more oats.
Yes.
So it's about 2 tablespoons, about 8 ml. I think it could be 1 to 1. Yeah.
And then how much kombucha to pour in?
About 8 ml. 8 ml.
Kat has experience. Yes. So pour the kombucha in, right? And then if you have a brush like that, right, you can use it to mix, you know, just mix until it's even. The idea is to create a paste, right? A paste like sticky, and then it's clumping together, but still smooth enough to apply on your skin, one layer. Okay, if it's a bit too clumpy, then you add a bit more kombucha. Because I think Kat is absolutely right to point this out, right? It depends on what kind of oats you have. It depends on how fine your oats are. So you will need different amount of liquids to create that texture. Okay, once you have a texture, right, make sure it's not dripping. Okay, it has to be a bit more sticky. Okay, once you have a texture that is once you mix it up thoroughly, and you have a texture that can go smooth on skin, right, you can start to apply it all over your skin, especially the parts where there's breakout or eczema. And then once it's all on ready, right, Kat told me she particularly like, one tip is that she gave me is to massage it into those spots. She told me that after that, that spot itself feels very clean and soft, the skin. Okay, so you can also leave it on to dry 15 minutes to 20 minutes, right? When it's dry, right, then you rub it and you will flake up, right? That flaking action will create an exfoliant of some sort. So you can get rid of your dead skin on the surface as well. So you get brighter skin later. Yeah, so while you guys try this out, right, I'm also going to suggest other things that you can use in case you don't have kombucha. So the first thing is, if you don't have kombucha, you look for Kat, then she will settle that for you. Okay, get the starter kit from her and find out what kombucha does for your health and your skin. The second thing you can do is, if you absolutely don't have kombucha and you are not contacting Kat to get your starter kit, you can use things like honey water. There you go. Just now, I think, is it Jenny or Jennifer? Jenny, right? Yeah. So Jenny, you can use like honey water to mix with the oats. Okay. Another ingredient that's good to use in this mask is yogurt, because yogurt is also fermented as well. So it will create the same benefits for the skin. Okay. You all know SK2, right? SK2 is famous for one key ingredient, and that's fermented stuff, right? Yeah, so you're creating your own SK2 mask here, okay? Yeah, so after this, right, you can either use it as a scrub wet, or you leave it to dry and then you scrub it off and then wash your face in water. That's all.
Roughly how long do we put it on the face?
If you want it dry, I think 15 to 20 minutes, it will dry up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If not, right, you can leave it on as long as you want, or as short time as you want. If it's shorter time, then what you do is you massage it in to make sure that it goes into your skin well, then wash it out.
Han,
Yes.
Han, we know that
Yes.
some people are allergic to yogurt.
Yes.
Okay, so what will happen if they accidentally did a concoction with yogurt on the skin? What should be done immediately?
Actually, the first thing you do is to wash. Okay, allergy and this is another part that maybe is a good time. Do I have time to explain the difference between irritation to skin and allergens for skin?
I think it's good to know.
Okay, so sometimes when you pick up a product from the shops, right, there will be asterisks and stuff like that, right? Those are usually pointing out potential allergens. Okay, so I'm going to move one step back first. Irritants are things that maybe for that period, right, your pores are not clean and things like that, and then you happen to have silicone, then your skin gets irritated, it gets a breakout. So irritation to skin is easily to solve because once you get rid of whatever is causing the irritation, right, your skin will stop the inflammation. It will calm down by itself. Okay. So the main thing to do is when you touch something you don't think it's an allergy and it's inflamed, itchy, use a cleanser to wash it off. Okay. And then avoid using that product. Check the expiry date. And if it's something that you use your hand, like if it's a jar product that you stick your fingers into very often, right, and you know that your fingers are always dirty or wet when you stick it in, right, I would suggest discarding that product altogether. So it's likely to do with the product has gone bad because of the contamination that's causing the irritation on your skin, okay? Then we move to what I was talking about just now. When your skin has allergies issues, right, it is absolutely not the same. Allergies only impact 2% of the general population. So irritation can affect all of us as long as our skin is not taken care of, or there's a small cut you're not aware of, and then you put some oil or something like that, it infects the area. These are all irritation. Allergy is different. Allergy is your system not being able to cope with that particular ingredient, okay? So that, most likely, it's for life. And if you are certain that it is an allergy to something, you have to find out which ingredient and avoid buying anything with those ingredients. So two common things that will cause allergy issues. So if you constantly have a breakout or rash, right, on the same area of your skin, okay, and it's despite what you use, that means it's not using the same product always creating that problem. So you use 5 or 10 products, right, and your skin still has the same problem on the same part of the skin, right, it's high chance that it's an allergy issue. It's not an irritation, okay? So then that's the problem to do with not a single product that you have that's contaminated. It is a product, an ingredient in the products that's causing it. And 2 ingredients that's highly possible would be essential oils because they contain a lot of chemical components, right, that are allergens. And then the other one would be alcohols. Why alcohol is used in skincare and makeup is because some people like to put on a gel or they put on a cream and they like the fact that they tell me, oh, I feel like it's dry after that, it's a very good product. The reason why it dries up so fast is because there's some sort of alcohol in there doing the evaporation, okay? So if you have perfectly fine skin with no irritation or allergic issues, right, it's perfectly fine to use anything with alcohol in it. But if you find that you are constantly having itchy skin on one part of your skin, right? I have allergy issues. When I use lavender essential oil, I just have to use it once, right? I have eczema here, this whole patch. And then one spot here. It's very obvious. So it is the lanolin inside, right? Which is a chemical component that's found inside lavender essential oil that's causing me the problem. Okay, so no matter what products I use, as long as it's lavender essential oil, I get that breakout. Okay, so essential oils and alcohol, these are the 2 culprits. So if you cannot identify what ingredient it is yet, make sure you buy things that has no, so you eliminate, do by elimination. You first buy things that has no essential oils. And if the problem persists, then essential oils is actually not the problem, right? Because you eliminated it and you're still having that breakout. Then you eliminate any products with alcohol inside, and it should. Then you identify that it's alcohol. Which alcohol? The salicylic acids. There's benzoic. Things like that. Acids is also some form of alcohol as well. Okay, so basically you have to identify which is the classification that you are allergic to, and then avoid that totally. So back in our lab, right, what we do is we have people coming to us. they're very informed, and we are very happy that we do have participants who are like that. They outright tell me, I'm allergic to ABC. So we replace those things for them. Whenever the formulation has that, we just replace it with something that will do the same job. Okay, so do that if you're buying things from the shops, do that for yourself as well. Okay, so allergies and irritation, different, huh? Okay, you all still have the mask on, right? You're gonna leave it on for us. I thought by now I take so long to explain, y'all will remove it already.
You're supposed to remove, okay. So if you're at home, you can remove using water. It takes a while because I think for oats is a bit like slippery, you know, but it leaves a very nice texture on the
because
face.
you know why? There's amino acids in there. So that's the one that's
right now, because of the show, we
your
are
skin
using
soft.
there's some wet wipes, you know, just very gentle wet wipes, and then you can wipe.
Kat, you're using this every week, Kat?
Yeah, I think it's like it. No, you're supposed to mix just now. Right.
Oh, it is so in your hair.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll wipe it later. Okay.
So a lot of us have oats at home, right? Why we started using this oats last week for our show is because Kat and I both realized we got 2-year-old oats in our home. Yeah. In any case, we are having our own Dirty Nights tomorrow on Fawn Labs. If you guys would like to learn about what we do on Dirty Nights, right, all 3 weeks, we literally get people to send in their store-bought products. Tomorrow we're doing moisturizer, and I will go through every single ingredient in there and highlight the ones that are not good for the skin for whatever reasons. Yeah.
Hey.
Is it all off?
Yes. Later, I just
So,
use water.
Han, let's
Yes.
talk about, pigmentation on the face.
Yes.
What are usually the lightening ingredients found in these clean products that you advise?
Okay. For lightening ingredients, right, there are a few that you will see in clean beauty products, but one of the, I would say, newer ingredients that you'll find in brands that are very adventurous and also very innovative in their formulations. They do their research. Look out for things called niacinamide. Okay, nasi anything and yeah. Niacinamide, Niacinamide, niacinamide. Okay, it can be called niacinamide. Okay, so if you see a word like that, right, it's actually for brightening effect. The other one that is easily found in fermented foods, right, is lactic acid, kojic acid, or glycolic acid. So anything to do with lactic acid, kojic acid, these are very good. If you see citrus extracts in products, so they can come like orange peel extracts, lemon essential oils, or grapefruit, hydrosol, you know, anything that's to do with a citrus fruit, right, has brightening effects as well. Okay. And then one ingredient that I constantly use for ladies who come to me and say they have pigmentation or they have acne scars, right? Licorice root extracts are very good. It's commonly found in clean beauty products also. Okay. And there's one more. Frankincense essential oil also helps to remove scars. Not pigmentation, yeah, just scars.
So do we have to be careful with using glycolic acid? Because I know there's a certain percentage, and sometimes when I use glycolic acid, my skin gets like really like red or sensitive.
You are likely allergic to that. Yeah. So yes, remember earlier I told you at Fawn Labs itself also, right? We believe to formulate with ingredient, right? The key word is not formulate with ingredients, no. It's the last few words, in the right amount. So I trust that all the brands out there who are selling skincare products, right, they know the limitations to what percentage of what product, what ingredients they should use. There are some things like, there's some ingredients like synthetics preservatives, right? They are carcinogenic, but if you use them in very low percentages, right, and not often, it's actually okay. So it's not what ingredient is, how much of the ingredient you put in there.
I see. So is it okay to use like products with glycolic acid every day, or do we need to like space it out?
When you use it, right, Elaine, does your skin turn red one patch or the entire face?
The entire face.
Entire face, then it's likely irritation. Because allergy issues is always more to do with small spots or things like that. Or then you find that I had, before using botanical extracts, so I couldn't breathe. I had to go to the doctor to get an injection. Yeah, so to this day, I suspect I know what it is. So these are allergic issues. Yours is likely irritation, right? So maybe your skin is just not suitable to use. Yeah. So you choose something that doesn't have that ingredient. I prefer you do that than trying it less. Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right.
Yeah, I'm just looking at and see if there's any more questions. Okay. Barry was saying that she has hormonal acne scars. So still the same, right? You use the white lightening products, right? Same one.
I would really urge her to look into cleansing, double cleansing, oil cleansing. Yeah, because she has to help her pores regulate the sebum. Yeah, and also once your pores are cleansed, right? Just imagine. Usually when it's an oil and water, it doesn't mix, it's immersible, right? So to get oil to remove it from your pores, right? You have to use something oil to mix with it to pull it out. You understand what I mean? Water will just not be able to mix it. And you're just, no matter how much you wash, it's not going to mix with the oil, the sebum that's inside the pores itself. Okay, so if it's all these things like acne and stuff like that, right? You have to try double cleansing first, okay? But if it's hormonal, sometimes the product that you're using on the skin may not have that much of an effect. So what you do is when those subside, right, then you care for your skin with better skincare routine to get rid of the scars quickly. Okay?
So Si is asking for yogurt. Is it plain yogurt? Because I think it should be plain yogurt. So I answered her plain yogurt. But what is it plain yogurt or any plain, right?
Plain and then sugarless. Greek yogurt is usually the best. Yeah, because Greek yogurt has less additives. Yeah, the thing is not about whether it's flavor or has sugars. We want less additives so that it's purer in the form itself, which is why kombucha is ideal, because kombucha has, I think, Kat, yours has no additives, right? You don't add, yeah.
But today the one I'm using has got ginger inside, so it's just flavored for, more for circulation purpose for me today. Yeah.
So tomorrow your face will, yeah. Any more questions?
Thanks for sharing. I think there's no more questions coming in. Yes, one last thing I want to ask you. I mean, what is something... Okay, Dolly, do you have any more questions? Sorry, I forgot to ask her.
I think I've got one more woman concern question.
Yes.
And that is, what is the best clean concoction to bring down puffiness on the face?
Looks slimmer, is it?
Yeah, like all these pom-poms go down.
Sucking in? No.
But cannot like that,
okay.
All day.
Okay, jokes aside now, okay? Ingredients that we like to use in the lab, right? So whatever we use in the lab, they're definitely on the clean standard. So I will recommend the ones that we're using at our lab, okay? I tend to like to use cucumber extract. I tend to like to use apple extract. These have tightening effect, so you bring down some of that puffiness as well. Aloe vera has astringent properties, so aloe vera is very good as well. Pumpkin seed extract is something I use quite widely for anti-aging to lift the skin. Peptides is very good as well. Coenzymes. And then something that we're not using in the lab, but I know it's good for this purpose, is retinol. But retinol, you have to be very careful because some people's skin, they just cannot take to retinol, and they have a lot of reddening effect, peeling and stuff like that. A good replacement, a good replacement ingredient that's natural is bakucho, but it's a very, very, very new ingredient in the market. Not many brands are using it yet. Okay?
Okay. So I think with this we end. Oh, I still got oats on my nose.
She's keeping for breakfast tomorrow. You say supper, I say breakfast.
Actually, the oats, after you make oat milk, right, the pulp also can make into mask, but you need to add more, maybe you cannot add too much of the liquid component. So you can add more rice bran, actually. I'm going to try that next week.
Yeah, rice bran also, you can actually mill it into a flour and try that also. Yeah. Rice is very good. It's a very good ingredient for skincare. I use that quite a bit. I use it as an oil extract and water extract as well. Oil bran. Yeah. Oil bran is very good for cleansing skin. Yeah.
Okay, I think there's no more questions coming in. Thanks, Han, for sharing.
Thank you.
One last thing before you leave, okay?
Yes.
What do you do? What would you do? What do you usually do before you sleep? Just one tip. Yeah.
Usually, I will.
Anything
you see,
can be like,
as much as we believe, right? You know, my philosophy on skin is always to get rid of all the bad things. Make sure you clean your skin well. Then when you rest, you can have a very, your skin will resurface. The cells will be healthier, right? I believe that's the same for our minds. So before bedtime, I try not to go to bed feeling angry with someone. I try not to go to bed feeling hurt about something. I try not to go to bed, right, worrying about something. Because at the end of the day, right, when you are lying in bed, your purpose is to sleep and get rest. So even if you're worried about something, right, you can't do anything while you take your few hours of sleep, right? So as difficult, I know it sounds difficult, but try to empty, all this negative energy. I call it negative energy, right? And then when you sleep, hopefully that empty mind and space, you will attract more positive energy. And then you wake up the next day, your skin is nice, your mind is good. We're ready to go for the new day.
All right. Thank you, Han, so much for this
Tip.
I really need to use this tip.
I welcome you all to Fawn Labs when the circuit breaker is over, okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right. In fact, Fawn Lab is doing a giveaway for all our viewers, but 3 winners will actually get to attend Fawn Lab's Clean Beauty Workshop. And all you need to do to win is, number 1, follow Facebook and follow at Fawn Labs on Facebook and Instagram. Number 2, follow at Bubba Mama, at Miss Elaine Heng, at Dolly Xia on Instagram and Facebook as well. Yep. And yes, so good luck to everybody. And we'll announce the giveaway winners in another Zoom show.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, everyone. So this other day, we will have another session, and that is hosted by Elaine. So look out for the details on our website, on our Facebook page. We will be sharing, and also Elaine and I and Dolly, we will all be doing our Insta story to tell you guys about details and all. Do hit us up if you have any questions, or if you are watching this video, what you can do is that if you have any more questions, you can still ask the questions, and then Fawn Labs or myself, we will answer. If Fawn Labs don't see it, I will forward the questions to them. Yes.
She'll call me at 1 a.m. to wake up to answer all the questions, I'm very sure.
You need to let her rest.
Yes.
Okay, so with this, we leave you guys. Anyway, have a good hump day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye, Evan.